In today's video, we will explore a method in Power Query to add row and column total. This is our source data, which contains monthly sales for each product. First step, I'll try to add a column here for row totals. For that, I will insert a step here and I will start with table.addColumn function. First argument is a table. It refers our previous step, which is source. Second argument, new column name. I'll use total, which is going to be our column name of new column. Third argument is column generator as function, in which I will use each underscore, which will help us to extract current record in each row. I'll try to convert this record into a list using record.toList function. Now our record has been converted into a list. Our requirement is to sum the sales values of each month. So we don't need the product. For that, I'll use list.skip function to skip first item. By default, it will skip the first item. So we don't have to feed anything in the second argument. I can simply close parenthesis. This is our monthly sales in list format. Now I can use list.sum function to sum our numbers in list. We accomplished our first step for row total. And I will rename our step as some descriptive names. For now, I'll use row total. Now, I will try to add a column total. For that, again, I will insert a step here. And I will try to pick column names of our previous table, which is row total. I'll use table.columnNames function to deliver us list of column names. We are going to add column totals for Jan, Feb, and March months. So we don't need product column. So that I will use list.skip to skip our first item. Now we can use list.transform function to transform our list, and I will try to pick month columns from our previous table. Here I'll try to pick Jan month column, and here I'll try to pick February month column. For that, I'll use list.transform function. First argument is a list. That's where our list of column names are there. The second argument, transform as function, in which I will start with each refers each items in our list. And I'm going to pick month columns in our previous table. For that, I will use table.column function. In the first argument, I'll refer row total. Second argument, I'll use underscore. It refers to Jan, Feb, March on each row. I'll close parenthesis for table.column and list.transform. This is our intermediate result. Sales data for Jan month. Here is the sales data for February month. Now I can use list.sum function to get column total. In the product column, I'll use total. For that, within curly braces, I'll place total in a text format. If I concatenate this with our transformed list, this will get us 5 items. So this will match columns of our previous table. 5 columns here, 5 items here in our list. I'll try to convert this list into list within list structure by wrapping this inside curly braces. So this is list within list structure. Now I can use table from rows function to convert this list within list into a table. Second argument for table.from rows function, the column names. For that, again I will use table.column names of our earlier table, which is row total. We close parenthesis for table dot from rows and click on the tick mark. This is the last row for column total. I can simply combine our earlier table, which is row total, with our new table, and I can rename it as some descriptive names. For now, I'll use result. You can provide any names here. This is our desired result.